as we know, the Rockets had a pretty big summer. They traded for Kevin Durant, and we just found out a little over a week ago that unfortunately Fred Van Vleet has torn his ACL.
Yeah,
He's going
yeah.
to be out for the whole year. He was slated to be their starting point guard.
Sure.
They still have Alperen Şengün, who had a really good year, made the All-Star team, had a really good Eurobasket. He's looking like he's going to be a monster. They still have Amen Thompson, who's on the ascent. Tari Eason. They locked up Jabari Smith. They bring back Steve Adams. They have Clint Capella. This team is loaded, but they are a little light on ball handling now. They have Reed Shepard, who they drafted with, I believe, the number 3 overall pick. Didn't get to play much, but he's a good shooter. He probably didn't play much because, as we know, Ime Udoka is a very stern, coach. And if you're not going to play defense, and you can't play for him. But Reed can defend. It's just, can he do it at the NBA level? We'll see. And then, of course, they still have Aaron Holiday. And, a lot of people think that Amen Thompson is going to get more reps now as the point guard. So I don't know if you guys have kept up much, but like with the way the cap rules work and stuff now,
Yep.
they actually can't add anybody until like December 15th.
Yeah.
Because they would be going over the cap. So they kind of need to wait until they can like trade some people that they just signed, because you can't trade anybody until like the 15th. And so, of course, they've predictably just, said, oh, we're going to stand pat, which is like a great thing to say because you have to. But I really don't know what's going on inside those walls there. Do they believe in their guys, or, are they panicking? Have they already started making calls? Because it's like, we also don't know what their outlook is. Do they feel like they're going for it this season, or do they just view Durant as like a good piece that'll help us, but we still have a long runway with Şengün and Thompson? So I don't know if the Rockets are going to end up making a trade, but overall, I do think this hurts them, and this is good for the Nuggets, especially for seeding, because I would have picked the Rockets to finish second. They just have so much size and so much length. They were already the 2 seed last year, and that was without KD. So they're going to be really good still, but it's definitely going to be hard to win playoff series if you don't have good enough ball handling.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I think Fred being hurt. If you look at the numbers, when Fred was out last year, they're just barely 500 when Fred
Oh
was
wow.
out. And then if you look at the numbers when Fred is off the floor, it's just their turnover rate is insane. But when Fred
Yeah.
is off the floor, they're one of the least turnover teams in the league last season. So Fred is like the guy who sets the table for them in terms of just like knowing where to show guys where to go, where to be. And so him not being there, man, is going to hurt them because, like you said, I like Reed Shepard, but I don't think he's ready. He's ready yet to have that responsibility. The same thing with Amon. I know he played point guard his whole life before he had that crazy growth, but I think it takes away his advantage of what he does. Right?
He
He's
just seems like more of a slasher, right? Like that
that's
seems
what
like
I'm
his
saying.
destiny.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Like
if
a
the
like
way,
a who he actually reminds me of? Andre Iguodala.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
elite athlete, good length, but not a great shooter. So we'll see how
Yeah,
he develops.
yeah, not a great shooter yet. So I see if I was the Rockets, just knowing that I have Thompson, Şengün, and Shepard as my future, uh, it's just like and Jabari. I'm not trading any of those guys. I'm not touching that. That's my future right there. Those
Yeah.
guys can grow together. If with KD or without KD, I don't care. So I'm not touching none of that. So, but what I would do if a good opportunity were to come up, I know Bill Simmons was talking about it with uh, he was talking about some trades. Like if an opportunity comes up for Derek White, then I would trade Fred and a couple of picks because they have hella picks because of the Harden trade.
Yeah.
Uh, so they have like multiple first round picks from that, and so I would trade Fred. Be honest with you, I would trade Fred and two
Right.
first round picks for Derek White and see if I could get Derek White. If the opportunity presented itself, because that's the big contract that you can trade. If you look at the other guys' contracts are super
Yeah.
small. They don't have those that big of a contract. Tari, Jabari, their contracts are not big. What's his name is on the rookie contract, Thompson, so is Shepard. So their contracts don't match at all. The only contract that matches is literally Şengün, KD, and Fred Van Vleet.
Yep.
That's it.
That's
If there's no opportunity that opens up, I would stay pat until next year. That's just me. Because they only have $1.1 million under the cap. That's all they have is 1.1.
Ray, what's your takes? Were you high on the Rockets before Fred got hurt, or where were you at?
It's hard for me. I like Kevin Durant a lot. It's hard for me the track record for him leading teams is just a little spotty.
Yeah.
That said, I think they would have been in the mix for contention. They wouldn't be my favorite, but I think they would have been one of the better teams in the West.
Yeah.
And at this point, I think that trade route that Dow described, I think, is where they will end up going in terms of utilizing Fred Van Vleet's salary, attaching that to some of the picks that they have. I was just looking it up. They have 2 and 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, all picks they have. So they have a ton of options to attach whatever they need to attach to a pretty big salary in Fred Van Vleet to send him wherever they need to. And I think Derek White makes a lot of sense, I think, for Boston, given that they're kind of in a space of not, I know they want to be as good as they can right now, but I also think that they will appreciate that future flexibility and what Fred can bring them when they do want to come back to really trying to push a contend. So, and there's always going to be a name that we're not thinking about right now, 6 months from now, that's, oh, this guy is available, or it didn't work out in, it might be like maybe Anthony Edwards is just like, I hate it here, and they flame out, and something might happen. So I think that's kind of what they're going to be looking for.
I don't want him to be Houston. Don't speak that into the universe, man. That'd be deadly.
I mean, the clubs would be doing real well in Houston.
And turn into game the fun. Then if that's the case, that's
club talk.
Yeah. No, but I think they'll make a trade by the end of the season and kind of put something together.
I think that's the most realistic scenario, because I think when you look at Durant's age, like he's kind of losing opportunities.
He's 36.
He's getting low on bullets in the chamber, so to speak, right? They want him to try to, or he wants to at least try to win one chip, not in the Golden State situation.
Right.
I will say one thing, regardless of Van Vleet, that I'm really looking forward to seeing this year with the Rockets is, what is their offense going to look like? Because their offense was really bad last year, and obviously Durant helps. He's an all-time great scorer, but they ran most things through Şengün at the high post. He's gotten compared to Jokic. I'm not going to compare to Jokic, but like play style, I get it. Like he's a good passer, and he's like kind of a hub at the post. We've seen that's become sort of like a more in vogue offense lately, is the running through your big guy at the post, the high post. Do the Rockets stick with that and have KD be like a play finisher off of that? Or does KD demand the ball more and kind of say, like, get out of the way or go down on the block? Like that's what I'm interested to see, because I don't think I would play through KD, even if he's a better player than Şengün. I think I would stick with using
KD wants to play through KD.
Well, but that's what I'm fascinated to see. Like, I think it would be a mistake to just tell Şengün to play like Zubats. I think you want to keep trying to have him play like Jokic, to where you can get everybody involved. And Durant's still going to get his. Like, he's going to get his either way.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like we saw that even with the Warriors, like when Steph was off the floor, that team wasn't great. When Durant went to the bench and Steph was on the floor, they were still elite. So I don't know if KD is exactly like the ball handler playmaker you want running an offense.
Yeah, no, for sure. KD is just all-time pure scorer, but in terms of playmaking, he's not an engine, and so that's the difference. So if KD just wants to score, it's not going to help the team be better, like offensively. It's just going to be too ISO dependent, and everybody else is not going to get their touch because KD is just going to take the volume of the shot. So I think Şengün should be the one. Like,
and They have real spacing questions too.
Yeah.
Amen can't shoot at all.
He can't shoot yet. He's like P Watt, so
No, he's worse than P Watt.
yeah. I mean. Hey, but real question: would you rather have at this moment Amen or P Watt? I mean,
oh come on, no, that's not even close.
I'm biased.
Yeah,
I don't think the trade would be worth it.
which one?
If that makes sense. Like what you'd have to give up to trade
Yeah.
Peyton for Amin Thompson, I don't think that would be worth it.
Yeah. No, if it was just straight up, if
I don't think that the Nuggets have a non-Jokic package that would be enough for the Rockets to give up Amin Thompson.
yeah,
He's like a top 5 trade asset in the league. Like he's not getting moved.
But he's a better player.
You never know. This might be P Watt year where he just turns into Paul George. You never know when Paul George, when Paul George was drafted, and then you never know, man. It just, I mean, under Jokic, not Jokic, Hey, it would be actually be better if the Nuggets, if Jokic's career kind of mirrors Tim Duncan in a way, and we have one of the young players become the star to carry the team into their twilight age, and the Nuggets just kind of like it's like a decade and a half run where they just win multiple championships, but never like back to back. I think that actually would be great for Jokic's career. By the time he retires, it's not too much wear and tear because you have one of the young players just take the.
All right, so I want to wrap this segment up with one question for you guys.
Yeah.
I had it OKC, Houston, Denver before this injury. Now I've moved Denver into the top 2 in terms of like how I would predict seeding to go if there's no more injuries. Does this injury put Minnesota ahead of Houston for you guys? Because I think Minnesota's getting disrespected. They lost Nikhil to the Hawks, and obviously Mike Conley's really old, but they kept Naz Reid and they kept Julius Randle. They still have Gobert and McDaniels. I think the Timberwolves are still pretty formidable.
Yeah.
Who would you predict to be better right now, the Wolves or the Rockets?
For me, I got to see for both of them. I just got to see Houston offense first. For me, for me to make that decision. But I do think, like you said, Minnesota is definitely getting disrespected. But another issue with Minnesota is like, is Rob ready?
Right. Big question. Yep, he needs to take a step for them
to run the offense because, man, I love Mike Conley, but Mike, oh my!
He doesn't have much juice left. I mean, he's old. It's not his fault. This is what happens.
Yeah, he just does not have the juice. But Mike is like the tone setter for that team. When he's off the floor, they're horrible offensively. When he's on the floor, even though
high IQ player, man.
Even when he's at his dinosaur age, there's still a great offense. So
whoa, hey, easy. I'm a dinosaur if you define it like that now. But come on.
No. But I'm saying athletic.
How old is he?
You're an athlete. That's different.
37.
So
he's 37.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm with you. If Rob takes that leap for them, and he's able to set the offense, man, yeah, I'm with you. They have talent. Minnesota has talent, man. If Rob is a hit for them, I would put them behind Denver third. But if he's not and he's struggling, and we see Mike, Mike is just, Mike is old and can't do it like the way he did 2 years ago when he cooked Denver. Then
I think that's a fair assessment. So you're saying Rob Dillingham is the swing piece. He basically needs to like take the reins from Conley this year.
Because the problem with N is that N is definitely getting better being a playmaker.
Yeah.
But they still need a secondary ball handler. And that's
right. He's gotten better, but he's not on the like LeBron level yet.
Yeah, and that's where he struggles so bad against OKC in that conference final. You just saw it. Just when they just completely shaded toward him.
Yeah.
He didn't know what to do, or he didn't know when to pass or when to shoot. So he was second guessing himself now, and that completely just that's where that's not where you want to be as a playmaker, second guessing your own decisions. And so that completely threw him off and threw his game off. I do think he will get there eventually, but I don't know if this season. So that's where I think if Rob is decent, then their offense will be good. And we know their defense with all those guys with,
Oh, yeah.
The only defender
is
literally Nikhil Alexander. But they still have some of those young guys. We saw them in summer league. Some of those young guys who play for him, Shannon, Rob, and then the other guy. What's his name? It starts with an M. It's something.
Jalen Clark.
No, it starts with an M. It's on Minnesota. Like Mag something. He's good. He's a good young player too. He's like a power. He's like small forward, power forward for them. They cooked the Nuggets in the summer league.
Yeah, our summer league team is
So I'm just saying if Rob and Shem,
Leonard Miller,
not Miller, the other one is Matt. Is like is a young guy.
Hmm.
I start with an M,
Let's
but
see
I forget his name.
I'll find it for you.
Uh,
I think the Rockets will end the
Are you
season
talking about
with
Josh
a better record.
Minot?
Josh. Yeah, I think Josh has.
They've had him for a while. He's never really like translated to the NBA real season. He's been like a summer league star.
It's crazy how talented that dude looks, though. He has all the tools.
I mean, yeah, that shows you how hard the NBA is, right? Because
Oh, they do have bones.
yeah, I mean, Facu's winning what MVPs in Europe.
Yeah,
and he comes to NBA, and it's like,
yeah. Hey, but Facu was making some sexy passes, baby. Come on, man.
all right.
He had to.
I'm sorry I had to bring up Facu, but so Ray, before we move on, any opinions there on Rockets versus Wolves?
Ray?
Yeah, end of the season, I'm taking the Rockets. By the deadline, I think the Wolves will have a better record. Like I think they'll start better, more continuity. A little bit more having been there.
Who do you think's
That's
a
how I
better
feel.
basketball player right now, Kevin Durant or Anthony Edwards?
KD.
Man,
KD still okay. Yeah,
It's not that close.
gotcha.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not great. It's just
right.
Kevin Durant is like an
No,
all-timer.
I do think Kevin Durant's season kind of got lost in the shuffle because the Suns were so bad, but it was incredible what he did last year. I think he actually had like a personal best, like efficiency.
Yeah, he was insane. He was insane efficiency-wise. Yeah.
But
you don't want to hear what I would give up for Kevin Durant.
That team was just so poorly constructed. It was hilarious.